Over the past 12 months, we have been learning through experiences what it takes to live a life afloat. One of the many benefits of this lifestyle is the opportunity and freedom to visit some of New Zealand's pest-free islands, anchoring in beautiful bays and having the freedom of time to explore where the only limits that govern your time are you and the weather.
I wanna be on the water, glide on blue sea. Feel the wind blowing, fly like a bird, be set free. Will you take my hand and protect the land? Surf on the Tāiko, 3 years of climbing. Tāiko, come rain or shining. Tāiko, drift in the orange sun. Tāiko, is the only one.
But having the freedom to access these places with the ability to stay for a period of time requires careful planning and management. Whilst living off-grid provides us with the ability to be self-sufficient, it also comes with challenges. Learning to conserve and manage resources such as power, water, food and fuel are just one of these many challenges. We have been living on the hook for over 3 weeks now, and during this time we have been taking advantage of all the rewards this lifestyle brings. However, we were about to run out of water and realised that we had made 2 big rookie mistakes. The first mistake was about the actual volume capacity of our water tanks, and the second was not having a proper way of measuring our water consumption, which meant we weren't really managing our water very well. These 2 mistakes were about to teach us an important lesson. For us, buying water is expensive and unsustainable, and sourcing potable water is not always available. Fortunately, we live in the land of the long white cloud, and so it was time to put Tāiko's custom-made rain catcher into use, and for us to get serious about our water consumption.
We're doing quite well. It's quite easy sailing. It's about, what have we got, 15 knots, 10 to 15. And we're just sailing post halt, trying to get around our point where we'll go and anchor. Ferry just coming past.
You're just hand steering?
Yeah, just doing a bit of hand steering, feeling my little gusts that come through and just sailing them out.
Yeah, so it's a good day, nice day of sailing, just chilling out, conditions like Adam said, and we're actually not far from the anchorage now. Tāiko's sailing up quite nicely, got the forward power out, one reef in the main, and we're ticking along nicely. Thanks to Skip. Where is he? Where are you, Skipper? There.
Yeah.
So we managed to sail almost into the anchorage.
Yeah.
All upwind at the moment. I've had a bit of a hand steer. Adam's having a hand steer. Why aren't we on autopilot?
Just pinching up around the little rock headlands. So.
Yeah. And it's always good. We enjoy hand steering.
Yeah.
It's good to keep practicing. So pretty placid. Currently at 19.5 knots, 20 knots of wind. So just a bit of a gust I think coming through.
Okay, so let's just tack, okay?
Tack?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're not going to bear away. Had to cut that one a bit short. We suddenly got this gust and we got up to 28 knots of wind. So it was all hands on deck. Some hands on deck. Where is he? Skipper's hands on deck. So we're back down now to 10 knots of wind, thank goodness, but we're about to put the Genoa away once we get around this headland here. Here we are, we've arrived which way?
Opanga Bay.
Opanga Bay. Got a little bit spicy coming in and we sailed in, upwind, and what happened?
Well, there was a headland that I was trying to pinch around, which was quite a challenge, and then all of a sudden a big gust hit us on the beam. And we heeled right over, and all the kitchen galley drawers flew open, and then
And our closed drawers.
So then we came up into the wind quite quickly to cancel that out. It was perfect because it got us around the headland. That's the positive of it.
Yeah.
And then we just came in and turned downwind and doused the head sail. So
That got we were running it a bit fine, I think, with room.
for the point.
No, like coming around, and then we
Yeah.
had to put our sails away. It was probably getting a bit fine.
Yeah, we had to work in a hurry.
But we did it. You'll notice on the video clip that it's hopefully recorded, you'll see Adam pulled that Genoa in like a bunny on batteries. It was in within seconds.
It was coming in.
So anyway, we're here.
Yeah.
Panga Cove. It's beautiful.
Someone's doing a boat job.
Yeah, someone's doing some boat work. But there's quite a few boats here, and our friend's going to join us here later after they've just gone out and done a bit of fishing. So, just beautiful. You know, beautiful day. It's quite sheltered, water, you know, but we're there, we're here. Now, it's time to get on with some work. Good morning, so it's 6 o'clock in the morning and we're heading back to near Russell. It's very calm out there, so not much wind at all, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're just going to head back, take about an hour, just over an hour, see how we go. Skipper's getting ready and then we're going to take this ship out of here.
Yeah.
Yes, huh?
Got a nice morning. It's a slight little bit of wind out there, but see how we go. This morning Vicky's taken charge of this operation of getting back to Russell, so that's really cool, and so I'll just loiter around and help out where I can, but I think we're doing this because it's important that everyone develops and grows, and one person isn't just doing everything, as it were. Not that I was always doing everything, but you know what I mean. It's about just being competent to do everything on the boat. So perfect opportunity for that. Nice light wind. Hopefully we can get some sail up. But we'll see how we go. Leaving Opanga Cove for Amari Bay. Upgrades that we've done on Tāiko is we got
Anything to report? Yep. Just a bit rolly. Yeah. It's about a half metre to metre storm.
Yeah.
And no wind. Yeah. So we can't even balance. Camera never shows the true wave. There's a little bit of a swell, but not as bad now. Probably the other camera we've mounted will show you us flopping around. So we came back into Russell because, or near Russell, because we wanted to get a few supplies for our last week out. And now there's two, what they call a complex low in the Tasman Sea, which I read up about, and it means that a low has more than one centre. So they're predicting up to 40 knots of wind, squally weather today, and maybe 50 knots. I mean, we're sheltered. We've come back to the mooring ball and just tied up to see this through. We tied back up. We came in yesterday actually and tied up, and it was only about 15 knots of wind or 20 knots when we came in, but gosh, it was so hard to get the mooring ball on because the wind was coming head on, and very heavy mooring ball, and we had to pull it, and yeah, it wasn't easy. So anyway, I'm glad we did that yesterday, not today when the wind is a lot stronger. We were planning on taking rubbish into town today, but with the weather the way it is, possibly not. I mean, it doesn't look terrible right now. It, you know, just looks like New Zealand weather, but who knows. Got stuff to do anyway, and yeah, so it's just the way it is. We're still in that time of year where there's a few lows coming through. It's not really summer yet, so it's just the way it is. But so far we've just had such a fantastic time around the bays, around the little islands, and being here is not that bad. So yeah, we also took the opportunity to catch some water, because yesterday we just made it in on time and then there was torrential rain. So we put the water catcher out. There it is, doing a great job, doing what it does. And I think we've got, like, I can't even lift it, we must have nearly 10 litres of water. So what we're thinking is when we get back, we're going to look at a water system I'll go back inside. So we got about 10 litres of water is what I was trying to say before the wind got a bit loud, and Adam's going to have a look at a system where we can treat our water before putting it in the tank. So we'll look at that when we get back into town. But I just want to show you how changeable this weather is that we're currently experiencing. So this morning the Met Service forecasted strong winds or squally weather up to 50 knots, which we did go through. Certainly was squally weather. And now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and although they're still predicting thunderstorms, with severe thunderstorms and strong winds, look at it, it's just amazing. Blazing sunshine. This is just an example of how in New Zealand we do experience, or can experience, 4 seasons in one day. It's just absolutely incredible. We achieved 2 things with this weather. One is we've just topped up our water, like 20 litres, so that's great. And now, because we've got blazing sunshine, our solar panels are pumping up our batteries. So, you know, like everything, pros and cons, but luckily we've managed to get all of that. Tell us what happened this morning.
It was a day of duty. It was a morning of domestic duties. We did our. Well, actually, let's start at the start.
Yes, let's start at the start.
Yeah, I'm skipping ahead. This morning, you turned on the tap.
Well, I was making coffee.
Yes, which involved turning on the tap. And you realised that we were on the brink of running out of water. We knew we were pretty low, but that was that. And that left us with 25 litres or 20 litres of a jerry can and 20 litres of rainwater. So we had to make some decisions about our water supply, and we deprioritised dropping off our rubbish to sort out our water situation. So it resulted in us going to town, investigating the water source, which is non-potable. So while we could treat it, we decided not to now, and we bought some water, which is a shame because it's like over $1 a litre, and it comes with a whole lot of packaging, which is just a pain.
And the resourcing.
Oh yeah, it's not good for anything.
No.
So it's quite good because we're learning, and it's forced us now to think about treating the rainwater, to actually put it in the tanks, which is no problem, but we were just a bit reluctant, I guess, to put it in our tanks. So yeah, that's what happened this morning.
And also to be a bit more conservative. Although we thought we were being conservative, but we've realised there are ways we can probably cut back a bit.
We can cut back, yeah. Hoping for more rain.
Well, they forecast thunderstorms and stuff, eh?
It did. We're hoping for a thunderstorm.
So we can get some rain. Well, not the lightning. We want the rain.
But torrential, about half an hour of intense rain would be great.
Yeah, it would be good. Just so we can collect some water. So while we're here reminiscing, how have you found these 4 weeks?
Really enjoyed it.
And what's been your high?
Probably going to Motorola Island and having a look around there at night and seeing the Kiwi. That's really cool. And the anchorage, I like going offshore at night.
Yeah.
Quite a little adventure.
It is.
And I quite like that sail we did from Army Bay to Omakiwi Cove with the Genoa out.
Ah, yes.
That was quite cool on the beam ring.
Yeah. Yeah. Any lows? Running out of water.
So we've, because we've been running a bit low on water, we've really been catching rainwater seriously, and we've just caught about 17 litres in one shower, because we've set it up. It was actually Vic's idea. Set it up under the arch, and so it just drains down to the jerry cans here. It's actually quite nice because it's accessible, easy to keep an eye on, so we're not losing water and stuff. So that's been successful, and now look at this. We've got, so that was some systems. We've had thunder going off, and there's a big squall on the way, or maybe probably a thunderstorm. Literally, probably a couple of minutes away now. Watching it come closer and closer. So we've got 17 litres in here. There's 20 litre jerry cans, and so we'll let it top up to 20, and then we'll switch over, and then we put in 2 mils of our treatment fluid, which is a non-chlorine disinfectant. So if we've got 20, then it makes it easy to calculate for the treatment. So let's just hope that we get another decent wallop out of what's coming this way. There it comes. It's just kicking in. You can see the rain coming. need your help here, Vic. I need your help.
So as you can see by my hair blowing, the weather continues in New Zealand. Every day has been strong wind warnings, squall warnings, severe thunderstorms, 30 to 40 knots, 55 knots up into squalls. So I think we're probably on day 4 or 5 of this. Seems to calm down at night, which is good because we get a good night's sleep, but it just continues. So not the best week for our last week out on anchor, or we're on the mooring ball now actually. There's a bit of a fetch. As we know, the camera never picks up swell or wave height or anything like that, but you're going to have to take my word for it. There's slight fetch. We're going to go from windy to our cockpit enclosure and you'll see the difference that this makes. The best upgrade ever for New Zealand climate, that is. We're in the cockpit enclosure. Look at that. It's like there's no wind, you know, like night and day. So very happy with our cockpit enclosure. It keeps us warm and dry. So the weather continues. We're now into day 3 or 4, can't really recall, and we've just been through quite a serious squall. We've had winds averaging up to 54 knots, as you can see. I mean, up to high of 54 knots and averaging 29, but it was 34 before. Lots of rain, so we've managed to catch another 20 litres of water. We're in the process of catching some more. The squall, gosh, the wind was so strong. There was thunder, fortunately no lightning, but the wind was so strong that it almost, you know, Tāiko was like a bucking bronco. It was quite rough. Stuff was flying all around the cabin, and look, we're still struggling to stand up because the fetch is actually quite big. We had a, would you say a wave, or what broke on Tāiko just before?
Yeah, a wave broke across the bow and spray came right across.
Yeah, almost like we're out at sea, but we're not. We're tied up to a mooring ball off Russell. But yeah, it was quite wild, very, yeah, almost like we were at sea. That's how wild it is. There's still a bit of a fetch, more to come, but this is weather and this is New Zealand, and you know, this is, look, I'm falling all over the place. This is just how it is. It's a little uncomfortable, to be honest, but hopefully we just got to get through this, and like all weather, it will pass and things will settle again. But yeah, it's not that much fun, to be honest. We'll see how we go, but it'll be good just to get over this part now.
So the water collection's been going really well. We've had a consistently wet day today, thunderstorms, but so it's been a bit dismal on the solar, but the water collection's going well. Just switched over the jerry can, so I don't know if you can see, but it's raining right now and the water's just trickling out of our rain catcher. It fits really well under the arch here. Get some water because we're on anchor, so the rain's coming in. It's being forced underneath the solar panels into the catcher, plus we get water draining off the solar panels. So there's that it sort of like extends, the solar panels extend back behind the catcher. So it all works quite well. It's just a bit of a fluke really. But yeah, water coming down into the jerry can, and we managed to zip up the back of the enclosure so that it stays relatively dry in here. So it's all good. This one I just dosed with the hydrogen peroxide. So there's the 20 litre jerry cans. So I'll let that sit for half an hour, and then I'll put it into our filler, our water filler, which is in here. And it's a deck fitting. And yeah, just getting us out of our little deficit that we got ourselves into. Feels good. So the wind's calmed down enough for us to get into town, which is good. Yeah, so Anything to say?
So we've moved from the mooring board to this nice little anchorage, which is what, Pomare Bay? Or
Yeah, right at
something?
the head.
Right at the head of what?
Pomare Bay.
Oh yeah. And it was a bit rough again, up to 30 knots of westerly wind, but it's calming down now. First nice day we've had in ages,
Yeah.
afternoon. So we're going to go into town and have a pizza.
Yeah.
Is it Hone's?
Hone's Garden.
Hone's Garden, which does very nice pizzas.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First we've
Into
got to bail
Russell.
out the tender and
Oh
fill it
yes,
with
we have to
petrol.
bail out the tender. That's
So
true.
get on with that.
Yeah, and check the anchor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's quite a lot of water in there. Okay.
Do we have the orange bag? So here we are at Hone's Garden. Great pizza, yum yum.
It's a bit of a favourite day.
Pizza time, yes. What do you feel, Skipper?
I feel like I'm having to leave the party early to go home to bed because I've got work in the morning.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been fun, eh?
Yeah.
But we have to earn money. So, but we're coming back
Yes, yeah.
and we get to see the South Island.
So we've just dropped the anchor in the mooring field just off of Opua Marina. There's a few boats. That's the quarantine dock over there where the international boats come in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats all lined up waiting for customs clearance. It's pretty cool.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. If you have any questions about Tāiko or our water supply or have any tips or tricks about water conservation, please leave us a comment. We love hearing from you. From the crew up to Tāiko, thanks for watching and see you next time.
It's the